Peace. This is Lord Maitreya with the Super Longevity Institute. Today's episode is called Transhumanist. I'm about to just pour me some tea. Before I start the episode, just gonna talk to you about a couple of books. Transhumanist is a philosophy that I've embraced, and I'm a hip hopper. So it's helped me in my life, and it's helped me in my worldview. And transhumanism just means overcoming abilities using science, reason, and technology. And that's what I'm about. And I think that this philosophy can help hip hoppers actually take hip hop to the next level. There's a lot of different branches of transhumanism. There's people who are biohackers, life extensionists. There's science who's trying to reverse the aging process through science and technology. Also, cryonics, medical time travel, scientists who's trying to figure out how to reanimate patients using nanomedicine and other different sciences and technologies. Mind uploading, whole brain immunization, things like that. Let's get to it. The first book I would like to. This is not really. I don't really think that Timothy Leary considered himself a transhumanist, but his book, "Alternatives to Involuntary Death" by Timothy Leary. Yeah, get this book. This is dope. It's not that much to read, but I enjoyed it. I've had this book for several years. It's probably old, maybe I would say the 90s, early 90s. This book was written. Rest in peace to Timothy Leary. He was an incredible guy. Also, I read this till literally the cover fell off. I'm feeling kind of spiffy because I got the olive green on. It's my favorite color, by the way. It's called Designer Evolution by Simon Young. This is what made me into a transhumanist. It was the singularity and it was near. Then it was this. This really took the cake. It's by Simon Young. It's not hard reading. It breaks things down real simple. There is a forward here by Aubrey de Grey and Robert Freitas. Aubrey de Grey is the co-founder of SINS, which is an organization that's trying to figure out how to reverse the aging process through science and technology. Robert Freitas, which is one of my favorite scientists on the planet, him and Ralph Merkel, they're nanobot technicians. These guys are in the field of nanomedicine. They want to apply nanotechnology to nanomedicine, which is artificial intelligence, a billionth of a meter. So they want to manipulate things at the molecular level to go in and fix DNA and all types of stuff using nanobots. Anyway, check out let me read some of this stuff, man. This guy is woo. See, highlighted mad stuff, yo. Highlighted mad stuff. Mad, all right. He said, where post-industrial society was defined by farming, macro manipulation of plants and animals, industrial society by the manipulation of metals to make machines, the DNA age will be defined by the ability to manipulate human body itself through superbiology. The combined techniques of an emerging biotechnology that would enable us to enhance our minds, bodies, and beyond the limitations of the human condition. Yeah, man. Oh, then he said the development of molecular scale bioengineering or nanomedicine will allow miniaturized self-reproducing robot construction workers to act as bio-spell checkers, identifying, rectifying cellular spelling mistakes as they occur in the body. This blew me away. I was never exposed to this stuff, and I worked at a bookstore called East West Books, where it was basically a metaphysical bookstore, but they had books on science. They had like a science section in there too, though. And so, but I was for 5 years I was just a metaphysics guy. I mean, I'm not anymore. You know what I'm saying? Science is just, much more better, much more. It's better to know reality on its own terms. Anyway, getting off topic. Then he said, eventually, through a combination of super biological techniques, the process of aging itself will be halted. Humanity's built-in program for decay will be rewritten. No longer a slave to the selfish genes which demand his self-destruction. The eventual elimination of death itself will be the final chapter in the story of Homo sapiens, and then a new species will be born. Yeah, I mean, taking control of our evolution is important. We can't wait for nature to do it. Nature takes a long time to evolve its species. We have the tools to evolve ourselves through science, technology. All right, let me see. Let's go on. Let me read some other stuff. I love this book. Oh, shucks. Man, listen. Scientists are developing a potato, a protein-enriched potato, to eradicate polio in the malnourished children of India. Oh, wait. Let's back up a little bit. Let me back up. Deists say we are heading for a dehumanized world without compassion. Compassion? We are talking about eradicating the misery of disease, aging, death, poverty, and starvation. What could be more compassionate than that? Compassion, scientists are developing a potato, a protein-enriched potato, to eradicate polio in malnourished children in India. Compassion, in the future, genetically enhanced crops will allow us to feed the world by massively increasing yields, even in harsh climates. Compassion, eventually through nanotechnology, vast armies of miniature robot workers manufacturing goods at a molecular level will bring productivity levels through the roof, bringing an end to scarcity, want, poverty, and hunger. Is that compassionate enough? Deists may join hands in prayer for starving children, but it's the scientists who feed them. Deists say human suffering is necessary to maintain morality. Talk about making a virtue of a necessity. There's nothing good about suffering. Humankind was not born to suffer. Our purpose is to reduce suffering through effort. Mother Nature is cruel. She inflicts dreadful suffering upon the innocent. Transhumanists do not believe in the human condition, rather in its transcendence through technology. So long as death is held to be unavoidable, human beings will continue to seek religions which make suffering a virtue and immortality its imaginary reward. Once science declares that suffering is no longer required, it would cease to be regarded as a virtue. Once science declares death to be no longer necessary, the notion of an afterlife will wither away with it. The illusion of a deity, for what is the belief in the afterlife but the longing to escape from the suffering of this life? While religious seek release from the suffering in heaven, transhumanists seek transcendence of suffering on earth through true source of modern day miracles, technology. Put my glasses back on. Did you hear that, man? Did you hear that loud and clear? This is the only life you're going to get. You only get one life, one life. You're only going to get one life. Okay? It's up to you what you do with it. Anyway, moving on. So, look how much I highlight. Look at that. Look at that. Not playing no games out here, man. I read so many books it doesn't even make sense. Yeah, up the literacy. We up in the literacy in the hip hop community. It's not cool to be stupid. Moving on. Let's see. Oh shucks, yeah. Yeah, this is what really, I gotta get this book again. This is what really did it for me. It's the way he explains stuff. I mean, He said, let's see. Damn, there's so much shit in here, man. He said, how is it easy for some to blindly ignore savagery of nature? Do we really need to offer example? The female praying mantis who eats her mate while copulating with him. What kind of intelligent designer dreamed that one up? Why should we not seek to alter the nature, the gentle earth goddess who has us programmed to self-destruct? Let us take responsibility for a world in our hands, not those of a dreadful designer, architect of a world which animals survive only by tearing one another to pieces. Only a species of idiots would leave that which it can control to cruel random lottery of nature. He said, life certainly is hard, but the solution is not to abandon civilization and run into the woods to hug trees, but to embrace the science and technology by which to make life easier. Let us abandon this ridiculous romances. Damn, I hate when that happens. Romanticization of nature. Nature is beautiful, but it's not good. Let us love nature for its magnificent, but not worship it. Would you worship one who is poisoning you to death? Yet nature is doing just that, killing you softly. It has you programmed to self-destruct. Eco fundamentalists worship nature, the force that kills them. Ooh. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. I could go on and on and on. You know, there's one thing else I want to read, and then I'm just gonna move on to the next book. Oh, this is when he goes in on New Ages, which I was one for years. What a waste of time. New Age metaphysics are monistic, the world as one, pantheistic nature as God, depending on how green you prefer your New Age. In the gospel, according to New Ageism, God is somewhere behind the reality of rocks and stones, trees is the real world of spiritual oneness. However, New Ageism retains the concept of soul, spirit from theism, because these twin ideas are based on the underlying belief in the existence of another world behind the material of this one. The real or true self world are somewhere else. Nobody seems quite sure where, perhaps at the quantum level. The proposed immaterial world, cosmic oneness, heaven, nirvana, seamless coat of the universe, depending on your spin, is regarded as spiritual unity, synonymous with God, while the soul is the personal aspect of that immaterial whole. In short, according to New Age metaphysics, true reality is not that of rocks and stones, trees, and breast cancer, but a cosmic spirit world to which an undetectable squatter in the body called the soul returns once disease has destroyed the body. Oh, that's all right then. No need to bother curing cancer. Being sarcastic. And you know what's crazy? I'm gonna read this also. It's called quantum mysticism. He's going in on them too. It has been fashionable among New Agers for the past 30 years or so. In fact, precisely since the publication of Cat Carpera's book, The Tao of Physics, which I had when I worked at East West Books as a kid. I still have that in my other library. To claim that quantum physics supports their metaphysical monism by suggesting that all is one on a metaphysical level. At the subatomic level of matter, single particles merge into packets of energy known as quanta. The New Age mystics see quantum energy as evidence of spiritual unity behind the material world of things. What New Agers seem unable to appreciate is the fact that the subatomic quantum level of matter is utterly irrelevant to our existence as physical entities in the macro universe of concrete objects. For we simply do not live in a quantum level. Indeed, to enter would be to die. The problem is we don't live in a room. Oh, excuse me. Let me back up. Quantum mystics say all is one behind appearances because there are no discrete, distinct concrete objects at the quantum level of observation. But the world is also one in the womb, prenatally before the development of physically autonomous and conscious self. The problem is we don't live in the womb, nor do we live in the quantum level. Instead, we live in a very beautiful, fascinating material world full of distinct things. If we are wise, we'll avoid drifting off to empty head, wishful thinking concerning the possible existence of another one in which we don't get canceled. That's it, man. That's it. That's it. I mean, we gotta grow up. We gotta grow up. You know, a lot of these ready-made ideas we gotta break free from. We gotta break free from. And most of y'all that know me personally, that want to debate me, y'all haven't even read as much as me. I stayed in a better metaphysical bookstore for years. All that stuff is garbage. All of it. All of it is garbage. Okay? It's not gonna help you. You need to deal with reality on its own terms. Anyway, moving on. Transhumanist Hip Hop of Betrayal, Along Betrayal with the Super Longevity Institute. Okay? This is another great book. Are You a Transhumanism by FM 2030. He's no longer with us. And I don't think he was signed up for cryogenics either. He's one of the prominent transhumanists in the 80s and the 90s. He actually was a professor at the New School too. This is a great book. It's a classic. If you're a transhumanist, you should definitely get this book on your shelf. I like the cover too. It's dope. Yeah. And it has a test. You could test yourself to see if you know how much your ideas is compatible with transhumanism thought. Yeah, go out and get this book. You can get this on Amazon. I got a lot of these books on Amazon. Rest in peace. Yeah, I don't believe he was crowd preserved. Rest in peace to him, and much respect to him for all his contributions. There's actually a film about him on Amazon Prime, and his name was FM 2030. Yeah. The Transhumanist Reader. This is edited by Max Moore and Natasha Vidamore. This is a bunch of essays by prominent transhumanists. I definitely suggest you get it. And yeah, I'm sure you will enjoy it. Ray Kurzweil's in it. Ralph Merkel, the nanobot technician. Pioneer nanomedicine. Robert Fretes, another nanomedicine, nanobot technician. Yeah, go get this book, The Transhumanist Reader. I'm sure you'll enjoy all the essays. Let's talk about the editors. Natasha Vidamore is part of the H plus community organization. I believe she's a co-founder. Max Moore is the CEO of Outcore, which is the largest cryonics organization out in Phoenix. Okay, so yeah, they talk about mind uploading. You got Eric Drexler did it. They have a lecture in there's a dialogue between Ray Kurzweil and Eric Drexler here. Uploader by Ralph C. Merkel. Dope stuff, man. Dope stuff. We can't be running away from science and technology. So we're only gonna disadvantage ourselves. So the Super Longevity Institute's advice is to be, definitely get into the sciences and get into technology. How are we gonna grow our own food? We need to be growing our hip hoppers. We need our own. How are we gonna grow our food? We need to be growing our food hydroponically. Okay. We need science. We need people advancing themselves in these fields as hip hoppers. Not all of us need to be rappers or MCs, which is probably the correct term. There's also a transhumanist declaration in here. Yeah. Yeah. It's a great book. Great book. I bought this on Amazon. Yeah. Transhumanist Reader. Beautiful. interested in transhumanism, I suggest getting all those books. Start out with Design and Evolution and work your way up. There's all types of books out there about transhumanism. That's just a couple. I have to dig in my library. There's a lot of books I have more. I'll definitely suggest more because as a transhumanist, I think that I would like to see other hip hoppers embrace this philosophy of life. This is Law Maitreya. I'm with I'm the co-founder of the Super Longevity Institute. Subscribe, like, comment, and hit the notification button. Helps the channel to grow. One love, single, I salute.